It's time for The View, America.
Donald's stock is on the rise. He's skyrocketing in the polls. Could the next Trump Tower really be the White House? And whoa, Daddy, is this pop on top of one of the greatest catches ever, or is it the fathering fail of the season? The crazy eyes in the house.
This piece of writing is obscene.
No, it's erotically inclined.
The breakout star of the binge-watching obsession, Orange is the New Black, Uzo Aduba, takes you behind the prison walls of the wild new season.
And everyone will be talking about it, including the ladies of The View.
And find out why critics are gushing and fans are screaming when Grammy-winning country queen Kacey Musgraves performs her brand new hit. This is The View with Whoopi, Nicole Wallace, Rosie Perez, and Raven Simone. And today, Molly Sims hits the co-host chair. It all starts now. Just slow your own road and raise your own babies. Smoke your own smoke and grow your own daisies. And your own faces crazy. Mind your own biscuits and life will be gravy. Mind your own biscuits and life will be gravy.
That was Biscuits by Kacey Musgraves, who's here today. Woo! Now we love... Did I say it right? It's Musgraves, right? Okay, thank you. I always get nervous because, you know, I mispronounce so many things that now I'm
George
so...
W. Bush.
Well, you know, nuclear.
He got that one down.
He finally got that one, but nuclear was my favorite. Now listen, speaking of nuclear...
Yeah?
Music mogul P. Diddy was arrested for allegedly, supposedly, perhaps, he took a swing at his son's college football coach. Now, he says it was self-defense, but some say it's a case of dad thinking the coach was too hard on his son. And if that turns out to be the case, how would you handle coach getting tough on your kids?
Are we telling the truth or are we lying?
What day is it?
I have no idea.
All right, then lie.
Okay, I would like to say that I would respect the code of the team and the coach, but I would smack him if he were mean to my little boy. I'm sorry. I think the right thing to do is to honor and respect the coach. I read in the reports that his son maybe missed a practice, and I think it's the most honorable thing to, and I'm looking at my sports head here, she's giving me the stink eye, to honor the coach. But as a parent, it is like this irresistible urge to protect and defend your child. So I understand why he did what he did.
I totally agree. I mean, I just had a baby. I'm like Mama Bear.
Primal,
I think he felt like he was humiliating him and embarrassing him. And I definitely don't think that there should be, you know, contact in terms of, you know...
Like kettleballs thrown, allegedly.
Kettleball thrown, allegedly. But I'm like... I don't know what I would do if someone put down my child or threatened my child or made him feel less than. Right. And I think my Mama Bear would come out. Yeah. I don't want to be a helicopter parent.
Yeah. But there's some parents who really like the fact that their coaches bring that extra father figure discipline to the mix. And I think we have to know what the coach said. I mean, I'm sure somebody in P. Diddy's position is like, it's my son, you know, handle with baby gloves. But at the same time, like, what did your son do to make you get so angry that the coach was on him? Let's look at both sides of the story. And I know that my parents are tough as all get out. And as soon as my brother was in basketball, my dad and my mom were like, what's going on? Be careful of, you know, don't say nothing crazy to my son. But there needs to be some type of discipline.
But I do think coaches can go crazy and they can just get on these kids and get on these kids and make these kids, and so can the parents. I think it's a fine line. But I don't know. I think my Mama Bear would just be like, "Urgh."
Yeah.
Well, y'all should just put your kids in your pocketbooks and walk off with it.
Well, Whoopi, all right.
You know, that's all right. The coach's job is to make them better players. And you can't do it by saying, now, you know, I really want you to come over here. And if you don't come over here right now, I'm going to put you on a timeout. No, it's about get your ass up, get out there, and do it. That's what it is.
But
And
I think
it's, we
as a
see it
parent,
in...
if you feel like
Parents
they're
need to
being
back
bullied.
up. You know what? Parents need to back up and watch a situation, spend some time and see what's going on instead of just going off. That's not the discipline you want your kids to see. You're not always going to be there when tough stuff happens.
No, I know.
And so you need to teach them how to be respectful, how to listen, and if it's wrong what's happening, to come to you and say, I think this is not going the way it's supposed to go. But instead of you going, you shouldn't talk to my son like that, and P. Diddy, you know better.
And then go like this, and then shake off the kettlebell. Be like,
Hold on. We haven't heard from Rose.
that was the Harlem Shake, no?
Yeah.
No?
Sports head,
Go
what
ahead,
do you
Rose.
say? I want to hear what you think.
I think that team sports is very important in a kid's life, even more importantly in a young adult's life. And I think that you should be respectful to your coach, to your team leader. That said, I think in this case, two wrongs did not make a right. I think that they were both at fault. And if you look at the movie Whiplash, where J.K. Rowling's character that he won an Oscar for, he was so hard on the musician,
Right.
no, the drummer, that, another musician actually committed suicide. That's part of it. So it can go really wrong when the coach is out of
when they're
line.
too hard.
But what was said, it was a little bit of a personal attack because he says, you're not going to get special treatment regardless of who your father is. That's a little, but it wasn't like, I didn't think it was that. I don't think it was that harsh.
I get told that all the time,
I really don't
too.
think that it was that harsh.
Yeah.
I think what was wrong is what went down in that office, and I think tempers were a bit awry, and everyone lost it. But I think that when you are in a team sport, I was in Little League when I was in foster care in the group home, and it taught me so much.
Yeah.
And the thing that was difficult for me is I didn't have a parent on the sideline. I wish I had a parent on the sideline cheering me on and telling me, focus, get right. But you know what? I did see those helicopter parents, and they were irritating as hell.
I hate them.
They were irritating as hell.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up and let's play
And
the game.
let folks play, because then everybody's watching you, the parent. That's
right.
not your gig, and I hear that all the time. People would say to me, well, just because you're so-and-so, I'm not going to put you in a better room. It's like, I'm okay. I'll pay for what I want. You don't have to give me anything. I can do it myself. So you don't have to tell me not to look for special.
Yeah, and when you look at NBA, excuse me, I'm sorry, when you look at the NBA and the NFL, if you look on the sidelines and you see the coaches, they are screaming at those players.
And let's not forget about the parents who are coaches who scream at their kids, and the sideline parents can't say anything. Like, we have to remember that, too. Like, when do you step in and when don't you step in?
You don't physically do anything to anybody.
Ever. Yeah, ever.
You just, and he knows better.
Those facts are in dispute, though, so I think it'll shake out.
Well, that's why I'm just saying, you don't go out and you don't hit people, you don't threaten people. You can yell at people if you don't like it, and then you deal with what you deal with. But how about this? Because I yell at people all the time. Donald Trump has officially filed as the presidential candidate, and he has skyrocketed in the polls, apparently, in New Hampshire. He's right behind Jeb Bush. So people say, well, is he a legitimate contender? But I know that one of the things they also say about these polls is that the earliest polls are generally about name recognition. People recognize the name, and so they say, yes, that. But then when you look at his favorability, it's not as great as this makes it seem.
Right.
Am I correct
listen,
in that?
yeah, and I've said on the show, I think he's a clown. I think he's worse than a clown. I think he's a poison pill for the Republican Party. I really do. But Donald Trump speaks to a lot of the anger that certain elements of the Republican base feel about the way things are going in this country. And so he doesn't, he's not all wrong on the substance. There are people that like his message about being more forceful and taking on China and their economy. So some of what he says is resonating with the Republican Party, and that depresses me.
Who's getting polled? I've never been asked to poll ever.
Republican primary. So New Hampshire is the first in the nation primary.
New Hampshire is very, very important.
Yeah. Well, you know, he likes it. Apparently, he likes his chances. He says,
should.
yes. He says even the people he took shots at in his announcement speech can't resist him. Take a look.
In order for a Republican to win, that Republican would probably need to do well with Latino voters. And the stuff
I
you
do
said
great
about
with
a wall.
Latino voters. I employ so many Latinos. I have so many people working for me. I'm a job creator. That's what I do, and I create jobs. And, you know, the Latinos love Trump, and I love them. Thank you.
A true definition of a narcissist.
That may have been true before your speech, Doctor. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
Ryan's hopeless? Why superstar Ryan Reynolds is getting slammed for the way he's bringing up baby. Next.
Welcome back. You would never think this watching cable news, but did you know a global survey of about 40 countries found that the world has an overwhelmingly positive view of the United States and of President Obama? And does that surprise anybody?
It surprised me because of the rhetoric that's out there. It also surprises me because of what went down in regards to Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu.
You know, that's the one place where they don't. They have.
That's the one place they don't. Okay, so then that makes sense. And also, you know, Iraq, Afghanistan, ISIS. I mean, it could go on and on. So I was really surprised. And I remember traveling abroad. A lot of when I went over to Europe, they were like, "Oh, we hate America. We hate America." So
Where did you go?
I went to France and to Italy.
Listen,
I went to France and to Italy, and I was just really pleasantly surprised at this survey.
I did a movie in Barcelona, and my mom came to visit me with my brother, and they have people and artists that actually walk the, you know, the promenades and things like that. And my mom was like, "I want to take a picture. I want to take a picture." And the guy posed, and my mom walked away. And he was like, "You need to pay me. You need to pay me," in a totally different language. My mom goes, "What are you talking about? There was no bucket or anything." He was like, "Beep you Americans! Americans, Americans!" My mom left the country. I was like, "I'm never leaving America again." So it is surprising, but at the same time, the people that you named, like, there's not. Of course, they'll be mad at us. We're like over there killing, you know, everybody's having issues over there.
Listen, this is I think that I worked for President Bush. Obviously, he became wildly unpopular for certain policies, and I think the study cites some of his counterterror policies. But Americans are always revered and sort of held up as people who support those who strive for their own freedoms and try to defend their own freedoms. So I'm not surprised that all the people love Americans, and I'm not surprised that they like Obama. But I think that liking someone and respecting someone is very different, and I don't believe that America is as respected around the world as it once was at other points.
I mean, we brought McDonald's everywhere. What are you talking about? We put McDonald's everywhere.
Fair point.
You know, there are reasons for people not to respect us. Some of the things that we've done are not respect-worthy. But I think as a nation...
Well, but even this president, I mean, you know, we drew a red line about Syria, and then, I mean, I think that in foreign capitals, people don't think that America means what it says all the time.
At least we're finally talking, because remember, for a while there, we didn't talk to anybody. So people were very happy, and I know a lot of folks thought he made an apology tour. And in a way, he did, because we alienated a lot of people by not engaging. So did it go as well as everybody wanted it to go? Probably not. But does anything? Does anything ever go as well? But we're not in the poop shoot where people would like us to think that we're hated.
And people like the American people. And they love American film. And they love American arts.
I lived there for almost 6 years, and I wasn't surprised by this poll. I do believe that we're liked. I still believe we have a far way to go in our country and doing the right thing all the time, because we're never going to do the right thing. But I love being an American. I love when I'm over in Europe being an American. And I do think that they do support us ultimately, and it shows in the poll.
Yeah, and can I just add on to that? In this survey, 62% of people around the world support U.S. military actions against ISIS. 80% of Americans, 88% of Republicans, and 80% of Democrats support it as well. it's surprising. I think I'm glad,
united
and it's
in the
surprising.
fight.
And you know what? I have to say that when I do travel abroad, I am so proud to be an American. And people, you know, all the issues that we have here, I still think is the best place to live.
You can still be, you know, you can be an American. It's the big difference, you know, because you can't be, you don't have that kind of freedom in the rest of the world. You can't say whatever you think. You can't, you don't have, you're not able to do that. This is the thing we can do here. We have that freedom, and we can be independent and have,
disagree
we can disagree, and no one comes to like mow you down with a truck. You know, it's better. Hey, what about that? No, it's okay. It's better that way. I think it's much better to have us at least being able to have the conversations so we can figure out what direction we want to go in. Like this dad. A father who brought his baby to the Cubs game last night has a lot of fans split. Is this an amazing catch, or is it an incredible, irresponsible thing for a parent to be doing with a baby in their arms?
I'm sweating.
I mean, that must be his second baby. Like I said before, that must be his second child, because you're not going to do that to your first baby. My mama would have never did it to me. My mama did all kinds of stuff with my brother in her hands. That's obviously his like third baby. He's fine. He's fine.
What do you think?
The fact that not only was he holding, he was feeding the baby at the same time and catching. My hands are sweating.
But don't you feel like when you leave your husband in charge of the kids? See, this is also about like dad. But this is about dad latitude. You need to give them datitude so that dads have latitude to sort of take care of the child however they see fit. And as a mom, you just can't look.
Let's not forget the way the speed of a baseball makes players have concussions. It was so dangerous.
Are we talking about this was interference first and foremost? Okay, because the guy's right there. Let the damn ball go into the glove, man. Got the baby there. The baby's like, hey, dad.
You know, I get a lot of crap. You know, I humbly am called the first lady of boxing, but I do get a lot of crap from the boxing world when I say I don't think children should be at a boxing match. It's an adult sport, and you shouldn't have your kids there ringside. It's just, you know, with toddlers and infants, it's just insane to me. And I did think this guy, great catch, but that was insane. That was insane.
Well, when we come back, we're going to show you something else that has to do with a child. And people are saying, that's insane. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
Rachel's not the only one dealing with black and white issues. You won't believe the bombshell that just dropped on this lady. Next. Come on! How much do we love our dogs? Just look at these smiles. Well, now it's time to reward your mutt with the chance to win the ultimate trip to New York. Get this, 5 lucky dogs and their owners will get to walk the runway on the Fuse 7th Annual Mutt Show, presented by Pedigree Dentistix. Go to abc.com/theview to find out how to enter your mutt.
Hey now, so welcome back. You know, the dad I was talking about is Ryan Reynolds, and you know, he's taking heat for his father because of this photo posted by his wife, Blake Lively. People say, oh, he doesn't have the baby in the carrier properly because her feet are sticking out over here and her face is obscured.
At least he has
Listen,
a kid.
if you were to lift this picture up and you see where that baby's feet are, he'll learn quick enough.
It's so hard. Those carriers are so impossible, and the fact that he's wearing her at all is a huge.
Sweet, right?
It's so sweet. And I mean, like, I just moved here a few days ago, and I literally carried my little manual guy because I'm afraid I'm going to do something wrong. But like, and this is my second baby. Those stupid carriers, they're so difficult.
First of all, where is he? Sorry to interrupt. Where is he? Because he looks like he's at war. Like, he looks like, where are you? That filter needs to stop. Not for babies.
Not for babies. And Rosie, what's going on with you? I heard.
Oh, yes, we
Yeah.
have a huge announcement.
Yeah.
Larry David's Fish in the Dark, the play that I'm on with Jason Alexander, has been extended for 2 more weeks.
Oh, nice.
Well done, and well done to Jason Alexander.
Yeah.
He is a major reason for the extension. attention.
Yeah,
the
he's
audience
selling them
is
tickets,
loving,
baby.
Jason. And
You're
yeah.
the reason. You are so awesome.
No,
They're
he's
all the
fantastic.
reason.
He's the whole
If you
cast,
haven't seen the
whole
show,
cast.
now's the time to
Yeah.
get your tickets. It's worthwhile. And you.
Yeah, so I was at the vet yesterday, and I was reminded in New York City there were 2 nights last week where we had fireworks, and a bunch of dogs went missing because even if your dog hasn't been spooked by fireworks before, they can become noise sensitive. And in the West, with all of your droughts, fireworks are literally going to be spread out so that fire departments can share responsibility. So if you have a dog, it's fireworks season. Don't leave your dog in the yard during the summertime because they can get spooked and do superhuman things like jump the fence. So be real careful with your pooches.
Because if you get jumpy, you know, they don't know what's going on.
And they have no idea what a firework is.
They know what the hell is going on. They're like, whoa,
Armageddon,
whoa,
you know?
whoa.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't see what it is, they can't see where it is, and then it
They feel
gets
it,
really...
too. They feel it in the ground. And
I
so.
feel it up here. Well, down here. But, you know, I'm glad we're going out on some humor, because before we go, we want to say goodbye to 2 show business legends. Dick Van Patten, who was brilliant and wonderful. You might remember him from 8 Is Enough. He was also a great Broadway staple, a great Broadway actor, and he passed at 86. And composer James Horner, the man who wrote the Oscar-winning Titanic soundtrack, he passed yesterday at just 61. Brilliant minds, brilliant, wonderful talents, and we celebrate them, as you did, with a good laugh. We'll be right back with Orange is the New Black star, Uzo Aduba.
Yeah.
Is the groundbreaking series that literally changed the way people watch television, and it's back for a brand new season. Emmy winner Uzo Aduba is brilliant inmate Crazy Eyes, whose new hobby as erotic author is not going as well as she would like. Take a look.
This was not the assignment.
You asked us to use our imagination.
I asked you to reimagine a primary life experience, not write a kinky sex fantasy set in space.
It's not just sex. It's love. It's 2 people connecting with 4 other people and aliens.
Please welcome Uzo Aduba. The last time you were here, you were on stage in Godspell.
Yes.
And what did you remember? Because it was the first time you had been on The View, yeah?
It was the first time I'd ever been on The View. I love The View. I am obsessed with The View. I DVR you guys every day.
Oh, cool.
I love my Hot Topics. And so I came, and the highlight was I was getting the opportunity to get to come and meet you, because this has been an inspiration on so many careers and so many actresses. I was blown away. It was amazing.
You fabulous. You fabulous.
I first witnessed you in Godspell, too, and I was a fan ever since. I came back and was like, with Demond, I was like, I'm in love with you. And I'm also a very big fan of Orange is the New Black. I already binge-watched season 3 over 2 days.
Wow.
Okay. Check mark. Your character actually said the first thing that had me laughing out loud. You're writing an alien erotica. As Crazy Eyes.
Correct.
But then we find out that she's actually a virgin.
Yeah.
Were you surprised?
I was surprised. I was kind of surprised, but not at the same time. She possesses so many childlike qualities and a purity and an innocence and a want to know, but doesn't necessarily know.
Yeah.
You know, so I wasn't necessarily surprised then that all of her excitement towards love was really a want to get in there. She hasn't had that experience yet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this wasn't the role that you auditioned for. I was so surprised surprised to read that.
I didn't. I auditioned originally for the role of Janae, played by my castmate Vicky Judy, because she ran track. She's incarcerated because,
I think we have a picture of you running track, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful picture.
Oh, there we go. Yes, exactly. There I am. I ran track both in high school and college. And so they thought that would be a right fit for me. And then the day that I got this job, well, the day I got this job was actually the day I quit acting. But I heard that. Yeah, I had quit. And so I'm laying home and I'm, you know, ready to call my agents that Monday and hang it up. And I get this phone call from them and they said, we have some really great news. And I said, okay, what is it? They're like, remember that audition you went on for Orange is the New Black? I said, yeah. And they're like, the part of the track star? I said, yeah. And they're like, well, you didn't get it. And I was like, okay, so we're in the business of telling actors we didn't get parts anymore. And I said, okay. But they said, we'd like to offer you another part. I said, okay, great. What's the part? And they were like, Crazy Eyes. And I still to this day cannot figure out what in that audition was Crazy Eyes, because it's like, she's not right for the track star, but she is definitely right for this other part. You have to be good. You know, that's a sign of a good actor. That's a sign of a good actor, because they were like, no, we want to go this direction because we think you're the right person to pull it off, baby. That's a compliment, my girl. Thank you.
Now, you have rabid fans and Orange is the New Black. Do people send you stuff back?
Oh my gosh, people send so many things, and I mean it's beautiful. Actually, I have to tell you, we had fans who gave us these amazing dolls. They sent me. Somebody made this, you guys. I have to show you these, like these beautiful, beautiful dolls of Suzanne.
Is that your new lover?
I know, and Piper, these dolls, and I love them. I was so touched by it. They live in my house. They're in my bedroom on a bookshelf. They just sit there. It's so precious. I was really, really touched.
I know we're talking about you, but Piper is a beast in this season.
Yes.
She is a beast. I don't know if you guys watch, you have to see it. So you grew up in Boston, but your family is originally from Nigeria,
That's right.
So that's interesting. What did your mom say about this role?
My mom. You have to imagine her. Oh, there she is. Yeah, she's just like this little, like, conservative woman. And I called her. I said, Mommy, guess what? She said, yes, my dear. I said, I got a job. And she's like, you did? Well done. What is it? I said, it's a TV show called Orange is the New Black. And she's like, uh-huh. And what is it about? And I was like, it takes place in a women's prison. And she was like, okay. And who will you be playing? And I said, you know what, just watch it. You'll find out.
But you actually, I love this. You went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and President Obama invited you back to the White House, and you brought your mom with you. What was that like?
It was incredible. It was just phenomenal. There it is. I mean, I look at that picture in disbelief still to this day. You know, it was just a remarkable experience. Firstly, I am certain that my mother never dreamed when she came over that she would be having dinner with the president and the first lady of this country. It was really unbelievable to sit there across from them and take in that experience as the head of this nation, you know? And they were just so gracious and so lovely, and it was everything that you expected and hoped that they would be. It was really amazing.
I just want to ask you, why did you think it was prudent to give acting up?
Great question. I had given it up because I had only ever seen you before, in all sincerity, and it was just getting really hard. And I was looking to find something where to fit in. You know, a space to live. And so when I was hearing no, 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 I thought, okay, I'm gonna go another way. But then it was, I got home, and 45 minutes later, I got the phone call, and I couldn't have been happier. My life entirely changed.
And so the lesson is, there are a lot of no's, but eventually there may be a yes, so don't give up. Here is the reason. You are fabulous.
You know that she also has a beautiful voice. Do you know how amazing her voice is? And she went to opera. You went to opera too. Could you please bless us with some opera?
Some opera? Sure.
Because I heard that it's ridiculous.
Sure. Yes.
She said perfect.
I'll give you a little. Okay. Could you imagine? Oh mio bambino caro, mi piace bello.
Okay. Never give up. Thank you to Uzo Aduba. The new season of Orange is the New Black is available right now on Netflix. We'll be right back.
Material. Please welcome the wonderful Casey Musgrave. Okay. Yes. Now listen, darling, you are the most critically acclaimed country artist of the last 2 years, and a lot has to do with your songwriting. And can I just say, I think you're a game changer.
Oh,
I really do, and I think a lot of it has to do. Yes, yeah. A lot of it has to do with how you write your songs. You put your personal life in there, and you discuss themes in such a new way, in the 21st century way for country music. I think you're wonderful, darling.
Thank you.
Tell us how you, where do you get the inspiration?
Basically, just real life. Things that I'm going through, things friends and family are going through. And one thing that I really love about country music is that it's always been just about real life. So that's what inspires me.
You go, girl. I have like a girl crush on you.
Yay.
I'm from Kentucky. Texas. Okay, you're on the road. You and 5 guys, people.
All these fun gentlemen right here.
First of all, so fun. But what do you do in your downtime? What is it like just being on the road with the boys?
Well, actually, I'm lucky. I have 2 girls with me on the road, too. So we get some girl time, but they're pretty well behaved. They're polite.
Are you guys good?
We like to venture out, find local food, or like I love getting massages, just trying to relax when I can.
So you're on the bus the whole time, going from state to state, city to city.
Yep, we wake up in a new place all the time. I was like, where are we again?
Now, I have to tell you, Biscuits is one of my favorite songs of yours. And you're about to perform a song for the first time on television, and it is called Pageant Material. Yeah, no pressure. So tell us about what the song is about.
So Pageant Material is the title track of the new record. And it's just kind of a satirical song, kind of poking fun at myself for not being pageant perfect all the time.
Wow.
So.
Well, let's get to it. So here.
Tomorrow, yeah, he's won an Academy Award, and now he's sharing the screen with one tough-talking Teddy. But is Morgan ready for the ladies of The View? And Friday...
You better get excited.
Oh, trust us, Mark. We're excited. Mark Wahlberg hits The View.
Right.
On ABC.
You know that song that Casey sang? I'm going to take it as my new theme song. I'm not
She's whispering to me during the song. This is to me. She's talking to me.
Yeah. She said I'm hiding my hair. I understood that. I mean, it's quite wonderful. She is fabulous, and she is now. And country music is taking a new turn, which you predicted, baby.
I did.
And didn't you just do an interview a little while ago?
Yes, 10 questions with Uzo. You can check on our Facebook page, and they're real quick. What's her favorite emoji? Do you care? I do. So.
To think about that, because you have to ask us those questions, too.
Let's do it.
We have our favorites. But, you know, we want to thank you all for coming and being in our audience because you make us do our job better. We want to thank you. Molly will be back tomorrow. Have a great day, you guys, and take a little time to enjoy your view.